Hey, it's nice to see everybody. That's kind of different vibe.
Yeah.
I have to look way more over to see you now, though.
I can't see
This
Dawson
is a rough
at all.
angle. This is a rough angle right here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's great. It's all part of it. Hey, Bill Maher's table looks like this. That's all. I just copied his
Multicam, though.
I love the way it
Multicam.
smells.
There's multicam. Look.
Oh, yeah, we
Technically,
do.
he's a...
Everyone's on
See,
cam.
technically, you could go in there, or someone could tuck in there, and I use this corner
Ooh,
better.
I want to tuck it.
If you want to tuck in, you can tuck in.
Who wants to be on the nip?
I'm always on the nip, dude.
Yeah. I'm pro nip as well.
I'm
totally
pro nip.
pro-nip.
I just don't know if I want to be on the nip when it comes to camera.
Watercooler, watercooler, watercooler.
Hey, it's Watercooler episode number 295. Also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 19. Yes, we are almost at episode 300 there. We are very close.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
who
no
cares?
one cares. Why am I
Five
excited
banger.
about
Five
that?
banger.
We got to do something big for the 5 banger.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in a second. Let me introduce everybody. You know the show goes. All right, Chris Locks. I'm on a kick with my cruel digital buds like Kalen Bean.
What's going on?
Hey, Kalen.
Hey, Chris.
Looking good, man.
Feeling good.
I can tell. Great energy so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better than usual. I'm pretty excited about that. Gary Smith's here.
So what's up?
What's up? Oh,
The claw has blossomed into an unstoppable force.
Matt Fondelier's here.
Hey, brother.
And Mike Dawson.
What's happening?
What's happening? Guys, I missed you all.
Yeah, man.
And we were all off for a week. So that's why we should have probably announced that prior.
I saw people asking on Facebook. I apologize.
Let's not pretend there wasn't a new show. There was a Key 3 episode released exclusively on Patreon.
There was, yeah. So if anybody want it's a water. I opened a
Still
water.
want.
Yes, I'm surprised it made that noise. It's not even carbonated.
That's probably me.
Yeah, that's scary.
I'm
Anyways,
surprised my can made that noise. It's not even a cell phone.
yeah, we should have announced it. Sorry we didn't, but yeah, it was dark week at Corolla Studios. The whole studio shuts down. Everyone gets their much needed week-long vacation, and I'm excited to hear about what everybody did. So we'll get into that in a moment. But you know who else I missed?
Who's that?
The listeners, the phones.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
I missed people asking me random questions and trying to hear my opinion on it. You know, I just had to go around challenging people on Blue Food. Just
Oh my
strangers,
God.
you
Yeah.
know?
No.
Just people in the store. They're like, what are you doing, man?
Having actually talked to other people.
Yeah.
And just hearing their thoughts on which hot spoon food's the best.
Mm-hmm. Now, there was some activity on the Facebook group, so I got to kind of, I got to look a little bit at some topics, but it's not the same as discussing it with everybody.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get your fix in with some comments.
Now it's time for listener
All right. Oh, it felt good to hear that again.
It did.
I know we've only been gone a week, but
Yeah.
it feels like a year.
What did you do for the last week before you get into comments? I feel like people want to know what we did.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your show.
I
It's
went
your
on.
show. I don't know why.
It's our show, Matt. It's our show. And I can always count on you to stop comments in order to... What's going on with
Matt
you?
likes throwing rebar on the tracks every now and then. I gotta say I respect it. I like your game.
Yeah, it's straight out of the playbook of Mike Dawson.
It's good. It's good.
You guys should
Couple
tag team.
pointers. I'll critique you later. Yeah. You're off to a good start.
I just don't think it should be done in a particular structure. Let's bounce around a little bit. That's what people are really asking for.
Yeah, think
sure.
outside the bun.
Yeah, so Ken, why don't you
right.
flick something then? After I play that intro. I guess I should ask. I mean, I see Matt's post-it notes, so he has a lot to. He probably has a Shea Fondue. I assume.
I do.
Oh,
We got a lot of
that's even
show. That's
smaller
why I
than
want to
usual.
get to it.
Dude.
Oh no.
Double-sided. And then Kalen
Double-sided.
brought
Oh,
his
yeah.
laptops. That means he's flicking something. So we got a
some show.
full-fledged show today. But let's do some comments. We'll get into the
Chris,
vacations.
we're already got a packed show. Did you have to make fledged 2 syllables?
I did.
I mean, come on, man.
That's
It's the
true.
economy
A
of words, bro.
full-fledged
See how I
show.
did that now?
That
You
was
see how I
great.
did that, Matt? And
Yeah.
now move C was now I'm talking to you about it.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's getting very meta with his rebar. It's impressive, actually. Okay, so these are all comments and claim mail found on
You
our
don't get a week off
Facebook
and then get to
page.
do that bullshit.
And and if anybody wants to join the Facebook group, it's very easy. It's my favorite place on the internet. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC, answer a few questions, and we might let you in.
You know, we passed a milestone in that group this week.
What's that?
69.
We get 4 digs?
No, we hit 4 digs. We hit 1,000 people.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, hey,
Thanks,
yeah.
everybody.
Well, everybody,
Did you
thanks
hear
for
that?
doing
Oh
it.
my
You hear that out of Kaylin? That was legitimate, Kaylin. Come on.
Yeah,
one more
that's
time.
Yay.
Caitlin, calm down over there.
Excited.
Are we like at exactly 1,000?
It now says 1.0K. So I don't know what the exact number is. We were approaching it for the past few weeks, and I haven't really been paying attention. I've just been screening as usual.
I'll take that then.
That's amazing.
On Instagram, my drummer Mikey, he was following my Instagram followers because I was very close to 10,000 followers at a point, and he's
Humble
like, Chris, I know. He's like, Chris. He would text me, dude, you're so close. You're like at 9.99 followers. And he was like, we would go to like a bar play show. He's like, you got to follow this guy so he reaches 10. It's embarrassing. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mike, I don't really care, man. Stop doing this. And it was just like he wanted it for him rather than for me. And but he didn't realize that a lot of people unfollow me a lot too. So he would get to 10. He held up a toast. He's like, congratulations, Chris. And then a few hours later, it's like back to 9998.
Yeah, because that person at the bar was like, I'm not fucking following
I'm not,
this dude.
yeah, I just did it for the night. Yeah, so it was just
I just unfollowed you.
yeah, so thanks. Yeah, get me down to below 10. That'll be the new thing.
Yeah,
Let's
that's the new
relive it.
thing. Let's get Chris down to 9,000. I believe in you guys. We can
Yeah,
do
we
this.
can do this. All right, anyway, let's get to these comments here. So Kyle Jackson, he asked a question. Oh, this is nice. So he posted a picture of a tractor and he just goes, are any other Bobos into motorsports? Antique tractor pulling for me.
Antique tractor
Matt,
pulling.
did you see this
Motors.
picture?
This picture
No, I did not.
was straight up an antique tractor.
And not a small one.
But is this a large muscular man who therefore pulls
Oh.
it with chains
the,
behind him?
No, the tractor does the work.
I think you're thinking
Say
of...
the
They
phrase
tow
again?
weight behind them in mud.
Okay.
I think because he introduced it as motorsports, I'm
Yeah.
going to assume
It's
that it's
confusing.
not him pulling it.
Okay, so it's a tractor, an antique tractor that is doing what a tractor does.
It's usually attached to some kind of plow or some kind of
His-
resistance.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see if Matt can unravel this. The sport is called antique tractor pulling.
It's the pulling part that's getting me.
Because you think, is he pulling antique tractors?
Isn't it pushing? Doesn't a tractor push? Shouldn't it be truck pushing?
No, tractor. Well, see, the antique tractors pull.
They pull.
Yes.
I
Or
suppose
what
if
new-
you-
but
It's not
new
a
tractors
It's not
push?
a front loader or something
Okay.
like that.
Or
yeah.
what if it's
Some
a
tractors
tractor?
push.
front loaders or whatever the
I'm picturing
diggers?
like those big. It's like the thing that kills
Plows.
the bad guy in Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
a steamroller.
Oh, like a steamroller.
Or is that
are there
a
steamrollers
flattener?
involved?
No, it's not. It's
No.
not although technically, a steamroller is a tractor.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
no, that's
You guys, this conversation's pissing me off so bad.
Well, Kyle Jackson, I guess I can answer for all of us that none of us are into motorsports. So. No, I actually had a weekend of motorsports. I was in Monterey for Car Week, Matt.
really.
Yeah, and I had a blast. I mean, I go pretty much every year with Adam. He's been taking me and letting me tag along, and I get to see all the expensive race cars, and it's very desensitizing. These are cars that if you saw them on the street at any other day, you would stop what you're doing, like, oh my god, that car is incredible. Dude,
Yeah.
are you seeing that?
Is that an antique tractor?
Yeah, exactly. Is it gonna
Let's
flatten
pull
me?
these babies.
Yeah, I know. What are they doing? Just standing still.
I was just thinking,
Stagnant.
Chris, your personal achievement day should one day be when you go to Monterey and you bid on a race car. And
Yeah.
you take home a Paul Newman car.
I'm good.
That'll be your personal achievement day.
I'm
Jen
good.
doesn't like that?
Chris doesn't like that. I don't know. It just doesn't. I mean, I could see like just the way these guys are around the cars. They're super into it. It's kind of maybe how I feel about music gear and like guitar gear. I really am happy around that. It makes me happy. So I could see it just kind
Now,
of.
Matt, I'd
activates
like to just modify yours a little bit. I think Chris's personal achievement day should be the year that he goes to the Quail and hears the sentence, "I'm sorry, sir, we are out of oysters."
Yeah.
He-
That would also be.
meaning Chris has officially eaten all of the oysters at the Quail.
I ate a little over 25.
Do you keep a
This
tally
time?
on your wrist?
I did, well, I just counted in my head like how
Okay.
many can I get, and then they started recognizing me. It started
Yeah.
like.
You got 25 deep before they started recognizing.
I mean,
you.
they
That's
probably
pretty
recognized
good.
me way earlier, but they verbally were just like, "Oh, back for more." That's
All you gotta
I mean,
do-
that happens to me at weddings all the time. with the past treats. What do I have to do?
In that situation, just tell them you're into amateur antique tractor pulling.
Yeah.
And they usually will give you they're like, oh shit, that's badass.
Yeah, he's gonna need to strength.
Want some more oysters?
Because you're pulling that tractor all by yourself.
Exactly.
Now, Chris, you are mid-wedding planning right now, and you don't know that they're called past apps. You think they're called past treats. Is that for real?
I can't wait to get past treats.
I like treats
I'm
better.
looking forward to your wedding.
If you guys want some treats,
I'm trying to get some treats.
See, Kale, what do you want? You want apps or you want treats?
Treats, baby.
See, treats are way better word.
Definitely sounds more appetizing, ironically.
And fun.
You should have
And
somebody.
exciting.
You should have somebody, maybe somebody with a recognizable voice who will be at the wedding, say as they're coming out, "Get ready for past treats."
Yeah.
Kaylin,
Please
Yeah,
Is that me?
you're on that.
Of course. Please enjoy
do
your.
it.
Now, please head over into the foyer for the past treats.
Yeah. And what will the options be for Din Din?
See, making my mouth water already. Well, you know what else is making my mouth water? This poll created by.
That's awesome. That was great.
POLL. People.
Welcome back.
Whatever, Chris.
Welcome back.
Audio doesn't spell, bro.
That should be our next shirt. Audio doesn't spell, bro. But yeah, this poll created by Raymond Beltran.
Mouthwatering bowl.
Yeah, Raymond's poll. Raymond Beltran Sr.
Senior's
I
poll.
don't even want to read this. Okay, he writes, "Quick bite this morning. What's the best donut?" He just wants to know what's the best donut. You guys want to hear what
Interesting.
the poll results are?
Yeah.
Old fashioned is number 1 by a mile.
Old fashioned.
Yeah, old fashioned donut.
People know that's a cocktail, right?
No.
also
Chocolate
a donut.
old-fashioned donut. That's
Like a cake donut? Just boring.
It's the one
Oh,
with
it's
the
one that
little
looks like
crust
a-
that you
yeah,
can peel.
yeah,
You can pick them off.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's not even a circle.
Yeah, it's like a crumbly circle.
If you drew a donut, if you asked someone, "Hey, draw me a donut," 100 out of 100 people would draw you the circular donut.
Correct.
You would not draw an old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yet, with its flavor, it still reigns supreme.
Well, we're
in our donut bowl.
defunding our art schools, man.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's
kids
why.
can't draw donuts anymore.
This is really sad.
You know, back in the '80s, they'd be drawing bear claws and shit.
You want to know how I got into Catholic school, Dawes?
You drew a donut.
They asked me to draw a man. Part of the thing, they test my personality, of course.
Draw a man?
Make sure I'm chill, and then they're like, give me paper, and they're like, hey, draw a man.
And you're like,
Where was
donut
this
man.
institution that you were confined to?
It's a Catholic school.
Okay.
Saint something
Yeah.
or Our Lady of the something.
Yeah.
Draw
Will
a
you
man.
just draw a man?
Or sacred something. It could be called sacred something.
Yeah.
Or something day.
What was it?
Our Lady of Refuge.
Our Lady of.
That's
Our-
good.
yeah. And I drew a Ninja Turtle because that's all I knew how to draw that before I drew a man. Kind of how kids like they'll know how to work an iPad before they'll know how to handwrite.
Okay.
I drew a Ninja Turtle, got in.
I'm surprised
Really?
they let you in because
Yeah.
of the satanic undertones to
Me
the
too.
Teenage
To the-
Mutant
yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
I'm
and magic
surprised
in there.
they let you in because you completely failed the assignment. You drew a turtle mutant creature. You didn't draw a man.
That just
You didn't
shows
draw
you
a donut man.
how good my Ninja Turtles are. But anyway, old fashioned donut number 1.
Okay.
Maple bar number 2.
Okay. This is.
What's wrong, Gary?
I'm getting disappointed here.
Okay, old-fashioned, okay, you can argue that, but Maple Bar should not be in the top 5.
I have a feeling you guys aren't even gonna like the rest of the.
I
The
don't.
rest of the
I've
picks.
seen
Yeah.
this list.
Yeah.
It's been bothering me.
Really?
At a close third, Boston cream. came up.
Okay. Those are okay. I like that.
What's a Boston cream? I don't even
It
know.
is usually a filled donut, like a jelly donut, except instead of the jelly, it's filled with cream, like delicious pastry cream, and then it's usually covered in chocolate.
Oh, that's
It's like a Boston cream pie. Another one of the best things to say into a microphone.
There was a time we were doing Adam's show, and he was looking up. He's talking about a cream
Yeah.
pie, and I'm like, oh, and I just have the habit of just typing whatever he's talking about into Google, just in case I need.
he was. I think it was like politicians or famous people getting like a pie to
Oh,
the
yeah,
face.
yeah, getting
like
he's
people
oh,
getting pie.
'cause Adam speaks in a different vernacular there, so he's like, and he gets cream pied in the face, and I'm like, okay, well, the politician who gets cream pied is on time, and Kaylin just watched
Naylin Palin comes up.
Naylin Palin comes up, and Kaylin to the left of me, just like, no, he like
Naylin
dies
Palin
me
with
before I can press enter. Kaylin's like, no, and he pushes my hands off the keyboard. He just like slow motion saved me. Because who knows what it came up? I do. Actually, I know what it came up. Apple fritter in 4th place.
No bear claw, huh?
Boring.
I think a bear claw, is that not similar to an old fashioned?
I
Okay.
think a standard donut should be up there, right?
Like a twist, or like the Homer Simpson donut, just like pink frosting and some sprinkles on
That
it.
should
What is a
never be.
standard
Nobody's
donut?
ever going to
the
pick
soft
the Homer
cake, chocolate donut. You know,
That's
the
in
one
the
you
same
buy.
league of these other ones, though. These are
Yeah.
they're
And
too
last,
boring.
Can I give you the last one?
Yeah.
Maybe this one might make you feel better, Matt. Jelly.
I do like a jelly donut.
I don't
but
like
it's
this
still,
list.
all this is too.
What is
Go
wrong?
ahead, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, tell us how you feel.
I don't like this list. This list is bullshit. There are at least 5 good donuts I can think of that aren't on this list.
Give me 2 of them.
Just a cinnamon donut, or like you know what I'm talking about, like the
Yeah, just drenched in powdered sugar and stuff.
plain, like whatever. A traditional glazed, like Dawson said, a chocolate, maybe with a chocolate icing, maybe without.
Yeah.
A donut hole has a place on that list.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys all
this
need to
list-
step up your donut game. You can get fucking like cookies and cream, banana Nutella donuts.
No,
like
that's
you
a
can just get
different-
the
Now,
craziest
now
stuff you
I'm
can
glad you bring this
imagine.
up, Matt. I'm glad you bring this up
That's a
because
different category, though, because that's like talking about sprinkles when you talk about best cupcake. Like, that's a fucking whole business that's devoted to making what used to be a thing into a whole new crazy category.
Exactly. Everyone in this poll, in this delicious poll that Chris loves so much,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are all living in the 20th century.
All right.
It's 2021, man.
It
The
is.
donut world
Has been cream pied.
It's been cream pie. Thank you, Gary. I'm just saying, everyone here needs to step into the light. You know what I mean?
yeah, I agree. And I'm glad because Matt famously, look, this is our safe space right here, this studio right now. This is us. But Adam Carolla has gone on plenty of times about cake versus raised donuts, and there's a story where I actually brought in a bunch of donuts, and they were all the raised donuts, and Adam went off on a podcast about it, and I became like the guy who brought in the bad donuts. And then about 1 week later,
That's not the Adam I know.
yeah, but 1 week later, Matt Fondelier eclipses me because he brings in those Halloween donuts with all the banana Nutella stuff that Matt's talking about.
Candy corn.
Which, by the
Yeah.
way, what audacity a week later after Chris gets eviscerated to take a shot at that.
Well, I'm happy he did. Clearly, I'm no
Clearly, I
longer,
misunderstood the assignment.
I'm no longer the
I
donut
wanted to
guy.
bring joy to the
Yeah.
the boys and girls of the studio.
But I will say this:
You did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
millions of listeners.
I've eaten a lot of donuts in my life. I prefer a raised chocolate donut. And
Is that the one that's
a
soft
10.
when you bite into it?
Yeah, that's a 10
it's
for me.
fine. It's a great donut.
That is a
No
great
problem with
donut.
that.
Airy. It's I know it's not like cakey and heavy, but that's all I want in a donut.
I'll go 1 through 5 though. Chocolate old fashioned. Although you want to step up your game and get a chocolate glazed old fashioned. They glaze
All right, I'm
it
gonna do that.
first.
Sure.
Oh, that's
and
good.
Then they chocolate it.
Nice. Kaylin, are you a donut guy?
No, I don't like donuts.
I wouldn't think that he would.
Yeah, it's not really been chiming in here. And also, do you guys hate, or I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just really this dumb, but I hate when we talk about the 20th century and we're really, we're in,
Yeah, I just
like it just, the 19th century, the 20th century, the 19th century is really,
The 1800s.
yeah, exactly. So it's just like, come on.
You think it's
we're in the
confusing?
20th century? It feels like we are in the 20th century.
We're not.
We're in the 21st century.
I know, but that's annoying. Like, just go by the year. Go by the year. We're fucking 2021.
The year is aught 21.
0th century. We should have started there instead of 1st century. This is our 0th century. But
I like
it's
it.
too late now.
Yep.
No.
All right, Jacob Morales. He shared a post. Oh, this is nice. He put a picture of hot spoon foods from all around the country, all around the world. And sinigang, a Filipino soup, was number 1.
Wow. I'm not familiar with it.
And it is. I'm actually upset that I didn't pitch this for hot spoon food, but it probably would have gone down with burrata because you guys have never had
Let's
it.
get some of that though. Let's get some of that up in here.
Yeah, it's like a fish tamarind soup.
I'm in. Come on now.
It's sour.
Talk to
now you're talking.
Talk to Nana.
That
Talk
sounds
to
like it
Nana
would
and make it
smell
happen,
great.
dude.
No, it does.
A
smell-
sour fish soup.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
awesome.
Is it served hot or cold?
Hot.
Oh, good.
You got a microwave.
Make sure you bring a lot of it so that we can let it cool down and reheat it several times.
See, Gary's in. I love it.
Let's do it.
Brian Downey shared this, and I want Garrigus to see this, but Bert Kreischer was on a podcast called
I saw it.
The King and the Sting. You know the show? Actually, Watercooler alum.
Now see right there is where the problem comes in.
Oh.
There's a Watercooler alumnus who produces that show.
Yeah. Real Nick Davis.
Yeah.
And it's hosted by Brendan Schaub and typically Theo Von, King and the Sting. And And they would do this thing very similar to JV or all balls, where people just ask them. It actually is JV or all balls,
Yes, exactly.
where they just go like, "Hey, canned water, king it or sting it," and king it means it's dope, sting it means it's
We're
JV.
making fun of it.
Yeah,
There you go. That sounds exactly like JVL ball.
yeah, it is. So, and I've actually been on that show. I've done a king it or sting it.
Really?
Video.
Yeah, he did it live
you.
from a what was that XFL game?
XFL game, yeah.
Yeah.
Watching like XFL live, king it or sting it. But anyway, KFC from Barstool, he did a king or sting it, and he went up. He submitted a video for Burt Kreischer, who was filling in for Theo Vaughn, and Brendan Schaub, and it was a would you rather though, right, Gary?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was,
so it was like a would you rather video, but he said, would you rather have to fight a chicken to the death every time you got in your car, or once a year
This is
fight a
not-
chimpanzee
this is
with a
not-
sword?
This is not cool now.
so they
This is-
basically
that's KFC from Barstool.
So they basically
And
made
McDavis.
they made it do like King 1, Sting 1. That was the way they got
Oh,
around
that's
it.
right.
And I've had Kevin Clancy on one of my shows recently. I wonder how deep this conspiracy goes.
Gary goes. Well, do we have an argument here? Do we have?
We're gonna need the other half of Gary Ghost and Garagos if we're gonna really pursue this, because this goes far beyond.
Interesting. All right, how about this? Let's see. Oh, Joe Espinola shared a post, and it says, "Looks like Bryce was right." And it was a picture of this article. It says, "Oh, they're blue bananas," and then everyone's like, "These aren't blue." They're
Yeah,
like-
photoshopped.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen it.
yeah, they're not even blue bananas.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, a lot of people still upset about finding blue foods, and they're really, really trying. And if anybody sends me those blue Lincoln cod things again, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Stop reading the comments about it. I mean,
No, I'm getting DMs. I'm getting tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, heroes.
'Cause- Exactly. Thank you, everyone.
A blue. I don't count them.
Continue the good fight.
All right.
You may
here-
recall, by the way, on our last Patreon show, I told you about a meal that I had that included bluefin tuna.
yeah.
What's up?
You,
What's up?
dude. Never.
That got Kalen so good. What's up?
I don't have an argument. I am stopped in my tracks.
There you go.
You guys also missed a Chez Fondle Re.
You gotta, say that, you gotta say that slower.
Chez Fondle Re.
Yeah. Let's. Oh, this one of our members of the Boba Boy Army Facebook page said made some burritos. Mm-hmm. Then I deep fried them with homemade burrito sauce and green onions from the garden. Mm-hmm. Made a wet chimichanga.
Fuck yeah.
That guy was Dawson. Dawson posted a picture of a wet
did.
chimichanga that he
Everyone
made.
needed to see
That's
it.
amazing.
It was beautiful. It actually looked delicious. I need 10 of those.
Somebody asked a question. I forgot who, but the answer is I deep fried it in a pan, cast iron. I don't own a deep fryer.
Yeah, you can still deep. It's in your deep frying.
But the trick is you really got to make sure that oil's hot, because if you try to do it in not hot enough oil and it doesn't right away,
Yeah.
the oil soaks. It's disgusting. It'll soak into
Yeah.
the burrito. It's not good.
Yeah, I get
You don't
that.
want that. Yeah. So, and when I said I'd eat 10 of them, I actually was referencing to Dawson went to Nashville last week.
I did.
Welcome back. You did some.
It's applause worthy, really.
Yeah. Welcome back. Dawson went to
That was
Nashville.
your
Dawson
second,
went
your
to
second
Nashville.
trip in 2 weeks or whatever, right? You were there and then back and then there? Or was it all the same trip?
Same
That
trip.
was the same
Oh, okay.
trip.
But he was gone.
You went to Austin.
the beginning.
Oh,
of the
that's what it
before.
was. It was Austin
That's
before.
true.
Sorry. Thank
So, and Dawson, I was asking him,
Dawson.
hey, Dawson. So Dawson, he's getting ready for his trip to Nashville, and I see him the day before he leaves. He's eating a burrito. I was like, hey, you want a burrito? And I go, I'm good, man. I just ate, but thank you. He's like, no, have a burrito.
which is a weird follow-up.
Very nice. No, he was insisting. He was very sweet, and the burritos look bomb. Like this guy knows how to freaking pack and wrap.
It is unlike you to turn down food.
Yeah. Well, I look, I ate already. I was good. And then and Dawson says, just take one. I made 10 of them. I go, you made 10 burritos? And he goes, yeah, I'm going to Nashville. You made 10. now I'm getting confused here. So Dawson, what happened?
Well, number one, you take a burrito on the plane.
Of course.
Just one burrito?
Now we're at 2 after you gave the one to
Always
Chris.
one burrito on the plane.
What about in the
You need
Uber on
two.
the way to the
You don't
airport?
have time.
Plane
You
ride
know.
home. That's 3.
Before you go to Nashville, you don't have time to plan your meals.
So that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, baby.
If a couple of days before you make 10 burritos, then you're set for the next couple of days. And then the third plus is that when you get home on Monday and you're beat to the fucking street and you're hungry, you got like 4 burritos left. Man. Chimichanga time.
It's true.
I missed you so much.
How was Nashville, man?
It was good, man. I had the shit your pants chicken.
Yeah.
Hattie B's.
Did not shit my pants.
I don't think we should call it that. First
Yeah,
of
they're
all,
not
Hattie
gonna
B's
ever sponsor us.
Hattie B's did not cause me to shit my pants.
I know,
it was probably whatever I ate before that because I had to
Right.
digest it.
Right.
I literally just ate at Hattie B's.
That was very good. Really, really excellent. Yeah, man. Hung out at the Rockin' Pod Expo.
I saw you at Kid Rock's bar.
We were at Kid Rock's bar. Beers cost $9, and I'll tell you, I got to be honest. All my friends here, I should have gotten COVID.
That's
It's
just what
fucking
everyone wants to
gnarly
hear.
out there.
Matt, literally shoulder far from.
I mean, there are. It's just, it's a beautiful thing. They got bars that are 5 stories, and every single one is packed, and there's a different band on every single floor. Only problem is they're all cover bands.
Yeah.
How long ago was this that you were there?
The first weekend of, I was there for 5 fucking days, dude. It's way too long.
That's a problem for you that they're cover bands?
Well, here's the thing. When we got into Kid Rock's bar, we got a seat at the bar. We got lucky. We got a great seat at the bar, so we just sat there and drank a few $9 beers. And then we were ready to get out of there.
$9
and the
beer.
Yeah.
What kind of beer?
Fucking Budweiser.
Okay.
A bottle of Budweiser, $9. Found out that in an average weekend, a bar like that pulls in, and we're talking gross, not net, but over $2 million in one weekend. That's
gross.
Gross. Right. So anyway, the bar band starts playing Kid Rock's Cowboy. And there's a part in that song where there's call and response, and it's suck my dick. The crowd has to yell, suck my dick. And so this song's playing, and my buddy Izzy's like, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm like, wait a second, dude. This could be a real meta moment here. We're in Kid Rock's bar. I want to see how many people do the call and response. And the crowd gets to that point, and they throw the microphone out there. Not a peep out of the audience. Nobody did it. And then I'm like, all right, we can go. And we get 5 steps away from the bar, and the band starts playing Don't Stop Believin'. I'm like, run, motherfucker. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
I did see John Rich playing in John Rich's bar,
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been to that bar.
which was cool.
Yeah. That is cool that he actually goes and plays there.
Did these bars actually have names, or are they really called Kid Rock's bar and John Rich's bar?
Kid Rock's
Kid
is called
Rock's
Kid
called Kid
Rock's
Rock.
Hockey Talk. I think it's called Kid Rock's Hockey
So-
Talk or something like that. And then
Wow.
John Rich's is the Redneck Riviera.
Oh, that's good. I like
So
that.
the
That's way
bar
better.
next door, at least or maybe 2 bars over, is a huge bar there too, and it's owned by Gavin DeGraw, who sang the theme song for One Tree Hill, Kaylin.
I knew that.
I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
wanna be anything. That song. So he actually came out to a Corolla show when we did it, and he's a big fan.
But the claw was the claws.
Go ahead, Gary.
The claw.
He's a big fan, so after the show, he invited us to go check out his bar.
Gavin DeClaw.
And I'm
Someone needs to
actually
play a cover.
dude. Gavin DeGraw he's legit. He's super good, but
Wow, Chris just threw a pen.
And
Kinda.
magnetically stuck to his laptop. I don't think you could do that again for $1 million. What the hell just happened?
you like that?
I do.
Yeah, got plenty more of that came from. So Gavin,
More flying pens.
yeah, I got tricks, baby.
More dropped objects.
Illusions.
So
Yeah.
we had to do another show. So we get out of. I mean, we get to leave the club at like 12:30, 1 a.m. and we go to Gavin's place, and the place is packed. This is in the middle of COVID, so there's at least 100 people in line just to get in. It was the walls were cracking, and then so Adam looks at the line, he looks at it in there, he's like, we probably shouldn't go in there, and we were like, yeah, let's not go in there, and so we went back to the hotel. But I'm like, I want to go out on the street. What's the street called again?
Broadway.
Broadway, yeah. Where literally it's just, as Dawson said, there's a bar a band in every bar, and all the windows and doors are open at every bar. So you're walking you're just walking down the street and it sounds like your iPod is on shuffle and it just changes every 5 seconds. And you're just walking and just a new band playing a different song
That you know.
Like, oh, I walk down the street and it was some bands playing a Led Zeppelin song and I took another steps. The Killers took another steps. Yellow Card. Like, it was crazy. And it was my first time seeing live music in so long, so it was just cool being there. And I walked by Kid Rock's bar, and Kid Rock's bar was just like Gavin's bar. It was nuts. To where I was like sending video to John, like, you're not gonna believe this. This is I've never seen so many people congregate in one place in how long?
Jen's just forwarding it to the CDC.
She may have, because literally that week, like a couple days later, it's national news. Kid Rock's bar closes because of COVID. And there's a COVID outbreak. And it was just like this huge thing. So it's I'll never forget being at Kid Rock's bar and just seeing that happen. And then it becomes national news. Like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, but Nashville is one of my favorite places on earth.
That was fun. The expo that I was part of was a good time. Did a couple of interviews on a couple of podcasts that'll be available soon, where I highly mentioned this podcast here.
Oh,
Hey!
nice job.
So we're going to get a whole bunch of new cell phones listening.
Cannot wait.
And hung out with Ricky Rackman this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Gee,
And
rubbing elbows.
He is a fucking charming, really, really nice, genuine guy.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
At one point, I was talking to someone else at the in the hotel lobby bar during the expo, and Ricky's walking over past me, and when you go out of your way to knock someone over, just bumping into him like
All the
hey,
time.
like fucking around, like, hey, what's up, dude? He fucking walks by me and just like puts his shoulder into my back and just tries to knock me off balance and just keeps going. And it was you guys know what I mean. I'm probably not explaining it well, but it was a really nice term of endearment.
Playful in nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're talking
about. I like that guy.
Give someone
really
a shoulder,
fucking like him.
as you're walking by in a crowded space.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Let's see here. Casey Peters writes, my wife and I disagree. Which cartoon do you guys think is the most edgy and epic of them all? Matt Fondelier, no need to answer. We probably know where you land on this. I don't know if Matt considers The Simpsons the edgiest cartoon of all time. As I speak for Matt all the time, and that's what I just did. Mm-hmm. The rankings go South Park by a mile. South Park in first place, then Family Guy, Simpsons, Rick and Morty, other. I think that's right.
That sounds right.
There's one missing from the list.
Oh.
And it features the person who paid for the recording studio that we're all currently recording in. It's a Comedy Central show called Drawn Together. And it was
Yeah, I remember watching that show.
one of the more fucked up shows I've ever seen. Another one missing from the list that traumatized me and many other people around my age, Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy did traumatize me a little bit too.
Pretty fucking fucked up.
But
But
one
I
that
do
traumatized me as a kid was Invader Zim. That one was really fucked up.
there's a lot of fucked up cartoons.
Yeah.
It was on like Nickelodeon just regularly.
Ren and Stimpy was a Nickelodeon cartoon. I was more of an All Real Monsters guy, though.
I think
Kept it
South
clean.
Park is probably the right answer, though.
South Park literally, like,
Just because they've done
their
it for so
it's
long,
like,
just year after year.
And just how topical it is. I mean, even
Yeah.
South Park, even Family Guy, it's like, they famously talk about 9 months to make an episode. It's like they can't do what South Park does.
yeah, South Park literally had school shootings and race issues and all that's like, and they just went head in.
They did a Christmas Story done in like rhyming verse where characters are given abortions in the middle of the episode. It's all part of their rhyming verse. It's
See?
so fucked up.
I would say that's pretty
There's
edgy.
a great like documentary, like 1 hour special or something, where
Yeah.
they follow them, Trey
called-
and Matt. What's it called?
It's called 6 Days to Air.
Yes,
And
that
it's-
is awesome.
I don't know where it's available. You try using Just Watch, but you find that it's available to stream somewhere. I've watched that probably 3 times over
Really,
the past 5
really
years.
entertaining.
Yeah,
It's
every
really
time
good.
I've had to sleep here at the studio because I was working so long, I always think of that documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
It's,
and I feel him. I feel him.
If you're a fan of South Park, it just so happens to end up covering the Human Centipede episode, which is a great one.
Yeah, from like it just shows
And
them
all
in
you
the
need
writers'
to
room.
know when you think of what's edgy.
It shows you the executive who works at South Park, who looks like a very nice lady in her mid 40s or early 50s, calling the network and explaining what they want to do and asking if it's okay. And I swear, I could be fucking this up, but I swear to God, on one of the calls, she goes, "I'm sorry to be calling on Easter," and then goes on to explain horrific shit that they're gonna do. It's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. And I think they said that in that doc too. Like the way they get away with stuff is they'd always have Stan or Kyle go. That's a terrible idea. Or so just to show that there's a moral compass somewhere in the show, and that's how they get away with a lot of it. Let's see. Eric Lepore asked a question. I'm currently at a family reunion picnic. I'm sitting here enjoying the hot dogs and stuffed cabbage and every kind of picnic food under the sun. It's glorious. Makes me wonder, what are the Bobo Boys' favorite picnic foods? I think I'll go first. I enjoy, as a mac salad, a picnic food.
Yeah,
I've been hot on a mac salad.
Yeah,
with
that's
Kaylin
good.
lately.
That's good.
We actually got some mac salad over the break. Me and Kaylin.
It was not one of the better mac salads I've had.
Yeah, very mayo.
Very mayo-y, yeah.
Heavy on the mayo
Yeah.
there, but
That's Mac's soup.
it was thick mayo. It was pasty.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cold spoon food. Yeah, I don't know if that was all right, but yeah. So I saw Kaylin brought a kid over to play with his kids.
Yeah.
It was nice.
That's good.
It was
What?
fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I should
He brought a
explain
kid to play with my kid.
Yeah, that's weird.
The kid I brought was Jen's nephew.
Okay.
And Kaylin says
He
that
notoriously has always hated me for
yes,
no reason.
Kaylin says that and he's the most lovable kid. So I
How
had
old
to,
is this kid? Like 25?
I had to bring him over, and he turns out he loves Kaylin now. So
Wow,
that's what's
there you
school
go.
with me. Yeah, school with Kaylin. Did you have a nice break, Kaylin?
I did. It was very kind of low-key. I didn't really do much. But, yeah, it was relaxing.
Yeah, your real break comes this weekend.
Yes, it does. My vacation comes this weekend.
Yeah, Kalen's going on vacation weekend after vacation. That's when he likes to do it.
My break wasn't much of a vacation. I'll put it that way.
Right, dude, I had no idea, man. Like I went over to Kalen's and he was just multitasking, he was juggling like kids. So he was juggling his kids. It was pretty impressive to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a different
I've
thing.
gotten better as the time has gone on.
Now remember when we used to do the Zoom shows and Kalen would be zooming from home, and every time I'd call on Kalen, like, "Hey, Kalen, do you have that picture ready for today?" He would just activate his mic for 10 seconds or like 2 seconds. He'd go, "Yeah, I do," but in the background, it's like, like, "Yeah, I got the picture." Every time. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
What's your favorite picnic food?
You know, I would have to go with what is best food is the sandwich.
I guess that
I would
counts.
definitely go with
Sure.
sandwich.
Okay.
If I'm ever at a picnic, I want a sandwich.
You want
The
a sandwich?
problem is that at a picnic, the sandwich is usually mass produced.
It's going to be one of
yeah.
those huge 6-foot subs where you're going to get a slice of a sandwich.
You're not getting a
Either
French
that,
dip.
or you're getting a tray where someone's made club sandwiches and sliced them into triangles. I just
I guess I'm thinking of a different kind of picnic,
Yeah.
which
You should go and pick up a
I think you're used to
Right.
about
a much more intimate picnic where it's only a few people.
An intimate
I'm not
picnic.
sure of this
An
large
intimate.
intimate. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to this picnic that you guys describe, which sounds like a party at that point.
Interesting. When does a picnic become a party?
That's the real question.
Yeah.
Dawson, yours is what? Burrito?
Oh,
You brought from
watermelon
home?
with bees on it.
Oh, okay. Very specific. And
There are always bees at
hard to
picnics.
make.
That's the problem. If you're going to have a picnic, get ready for bees to fuck it up.
I just got over my being bothered by bees
Yeah, me too.
phase.
Me too.
Like now
They're
bees
cute.
fly around me. It's
They're
like,
cute.
okay, you can
Yeah.
you do your thing, I'll do my thing. Before it was like, get away from me. I will get out of here. I don't want to be in this because I think every bee wants to sting me.
Right.
And I think I just realized they don't.
Yeah. Now you got to deal with the hornets and the wasps, though.
They just want to sting you. Oh yeah.
yeah, you don't get over that one.
There's
I'm
a
not casual around them.
hornet flew onto the handle of my trunk a couple days ago.
In here in this building?
No, it was back in Long Beach, and I need to get something out of the trunk, and it was just hovering around the handle, and I didn't know how to get in there, and I just had to wait it out.
Couple, 3 times a year, walk around your house and just stare up under the eave all the way around.
And just see for the
And
nest.
just see if they're starting to build a hornet's nest and then fucking knock that shit down immediately.
Yeah, get
'Cause
rid of it.
It happens.
right away.
I used to get one every year in Burbank. I haven't had one in North Hollywood. But
I don't know if you guys remember when we were doing the Zoom shows during quarantine, and I had a bee's nest right outside of my balcony door.
I do remember.
And
I
it was
also-
just a hive full of bees right outside of my door, and
Didn't we make you destroy the system that you had protecting your apartment so that we can see?
Caitlin's system of foil from top to
And
from
it all
ceiling to
worked.
floor.
And I was like, no, Kaylin, I need to see this thing. Stick your webcam out there.
coincidentally, I think my air conditioning was also broken at the same time, so I had to.
Yeah, you had a tube
I had
going
a
from a
tube
fan.
that was covered by cardboard and tinfoil, and yeah, I ripped it all down.
Think about how
For
far
this
your-
show.
Think about how far your life has come since then, Caleb.
As I said, glow. He's had the biggest glow up, right?
Yeah.
I think we voted on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, good job, man.
Thanks.
I got to say, for my favorite picnic food, it was actually mentioned in the post itself, which is the hot dog. Because to me, you're having a picnic, you want to be walking around, you're talking to people, you got a beer in one hand. You need food that is portable.
Portable and potable.
I agree.
And also
And potent.
pool food ready. If this
And
picnic
pool
is
food
near
ready.
a pool, you could jump in.
I changed my answer. I go hot dog too because I've been eating a lot of hot dogs lately.
Yeah, they're
and
good.
I love.
Well, what's
hot
your
dog.
go-to hot dog topping?
I mean, if we're going to just a simple...
We've covered this 8 million.
I know, but I need to know.
times.
You're at a picnic, and they got every one of them. What are you
Right.
putting on?
if every single... What kind of picnic is this? This is a
Okay.
party. This is
Yeah,
definitely...
Kalen. How,
If I go to a picnic, I'm not expecting all the toppings.
does Kalen sound like he just throws the best picnics?
Yeah.
Well, earlier it was an intimate affair, but it's got
Right.
every hot dog topping in the world.
Every condiment you want.
Caleb
Pretty soon
showing up
Willie
with, like, a
Nelson will be
fucking
playing.
truck.
Here's what I was going to say. If it's a picnic, I'm assuming they're going to have the most basic of the toppings, and I'm just going to probably go with the mustard and then maybe a little bit of onion.
Okay.
Because I
Oh,
like that
easy.
personally. But if it's got every topping available,
Every
we've
topping.
covered this before.
Yeah.
I will do every topping. I'll get the suicide. I'm not kidding. I will.
That's great.
I'll give ketchup, mustard, mayo, onions, relish. There will be more sauce than dog when I'm done with
That's
it.
good.
But I like that.
Yep.
I always make I barbecue tacos. I barbecued hot dogs.
Wait a minute. You, my friend, have stumbled onto a great idea. Dawson, I think I can get you on this too. I've said for a long time, one thing that does not get barbecued often enough, the sandwich. I don't know why barbecued sandwiches aren't a thing.
Yeah, me neither.
Like-
Well, I'm glad you bring this up because I had a weird experience with when I was barbecuing hot dogs and burgers, and I was finishing up with the meat, and I'm like, all right, Jen, get the buns so I could throw them on the grill. Let's toast these buns up. And she goes, no. And I go, excuse me? She's like, no, we don't need to toast them. What do you mean? I have the grill on. We got to toast these bad boys. She's like, no, not everybody wants them toasted.
No, come on. It's supposed to be
They
toasted.
got to toast them,
man.
right?
Yeah, you got
Oh,
to.
man.
She likes the soft bun with the hot meat, but
Yeah, she does.
I can't do a show.
Matt, have you had it? You haven't
Do
had
a show with yourself, sir. You just say these things. I just pointed out.
Chris, I gotta be honest, this one's not on that.
You've had a barbecue tri-tip sandwich before, right?
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
a barbecue
That's
sandwich.
an incredible sandwich.
yeah.
You're right.
But we all agree.
But barbecue
toasted buns?
tacos is where we're going with this.
Yeah.
That was, Chris said it accidentally, but barbecue tacos. Come
They're kind
on.
of fajita-like.
Yeah, those are
yes,
like
you
fajitas.
can heat up the tortilla on the grill.
Yeah, that's a good move.
And then chop your shit. Yeah,
I
it's
saw
all
Chris
good.
doing that this weekend, as a matter
absolutely
of
was
fact.
doing that.
Now, Chris, here's what I'll say. I agree with you. You got to toast those bad boys, but you were wrong. Half of them get toasted.
Really? I was thinking 3/4 or maybe even 4/5.
How intimate of an affair are we talking? Is this a picnic
It's a
or
party.
a party?
It's a party.
Wait, you don't like your bun toasted?
No, I do.
But you think that more there's
I like
enough-
being married.
Oh, Gary, this is a Gary talks disguised as a Shea
Interesting.
Fonda gay.
Now, my wife likes them toasted, so this is not a female thing.
Yeah, it's not a female thing.
Just say it, Gary.
No, I was gonna say we know, but it was a stoner joke. Didn't work.
Yeah, I think. Okay, well, what I did was, I unfortunately for Jen, Gary talks. Maybe this wasn't the wrong move. I said, I think everyone wants them toasted. No, they don't. Hey, who wants their buns toasted? And everybody raised their hand. That was not a good move.
That's not a good move. You just need to go ahead and let a couple people harbor resentment. Hey, a fucking soggy bun. Like, that was bullshit. Yeah, well, it's the price they gotta pay.
Yeah, I don't know. I love being right. All right.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. Let's see. Let's do one more comment here. David Hundley. You know who that is, Kalen?
That is spreadsheet guy.
Spreadsheet guy has an
AI
update.
guy.
AI spreadsheet guy has an update for those who are just getting into the show. Kalen does a Flick in the Bean ratings, and this guy made a spreadsheet of every single time Kalen has flicked a bean and rated something, whether it was movies, people, food, other.
Sometimes he does the movie, and sometimes he does the experience of watching the movie, which is actually different from the movie itself.
Well, David Hundley shares another update.
Sorry, just to finish. The hope is to take this spreadsheet and one day build an AI model that will be able to predict what Kalen would flick. Right?
Yeah, and how he would rate things.
How he would rate things.
Yes. And so he's a little behind, so here's where David's at now. First he says, thanks to Matt for the spreadsheet reminder.
You're welcome.
Last week I made it up to the 3-banger.
Ooh.
And this was an interesting time. Kaylin both almost died and became a dad.
Yep.
Yeah, so we
Yep.
all remember that.
That was an
period.
interesting week.
But
What a goddamn week that was.
but more importantly, this is the time period when we got introduced to the decimal system.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus.
The bean scale definitely gets more stingy in this time frame, and that's reflected by the fact that there are so few perfect scores. Let's jump into some fun facts, shall we?
I love
Can't
this.
wait.
This is great.
Between the 2 and 3 bangers, Kaylin flicked 47 things, 27 movies, 5 TV shows, 2 people, 2 foods, and 11 other random things. Down from 89 things flicked during the 2-banger time. The 2 people he flicked were Donovan and his first daughter.
I don't like this.
Both scoring a 9. There's only one perfect 0 and one perfect 10. The 0 is having pneumonia.
I stand by that.
And the 10 is the experience of watching Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, yeah. That was
Also
an
stand by
amazing experience watching it.
Not to be confused with the actual movie itself, which scored an 8.6.
There you go.
Because the decimal system was introduced, I feel like anything rated a 9.5 or above during this time probably would have gone a 10 under the old regime. Aside from the Alita experience, there were 4 other things that scored over a 9.5. The band Loxy. Nice. Bandersnatch.
That was a great movie.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh, you got to do that
yeah.
to choose your own adventure movie
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, I kind of like them. I like, when I go to a restaurant, I don't like to tell the chef how to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna make the movie, make the movie. I'll just watch it. How
Dude,
about that,
Dawson,
How about
it's
you make
so
a good movie and I
awesome.
watch it?
It's a movie
It's
you can watch
multiple
5
movies in
times.
one movie.
Yeah, you can watch it
Okay.
5 times and it'll be a totally different movie every
I'll
time.
see. I
It's
gotta get
fucking
really
awesome.
high for that shit.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
And it is awesome.
Avengers Endgame is number 3. And Joker, number 4. Yeah, there you go.
Finally saw that. I agree.
Yeah.
And anyway, if would you say it's not a comedy? Or what did Kaylin say?
It's funny, but not a comedy. What was that?
Yeah,
It is not a comedy.
it's not comedy.
It's funny though.
There's some funny in there.
Yeah. And then he says, and if anybody wants to go join the Facebook group, David posted a link to the full spreadsheet so you can enjoy it in its full glory. Woof, woof, woof.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, good job.
I want to push and take this to the next level because hearing Chris read it is one thing, but I want to see this gentleman in a lab coat with a laser pen and a projector. Like, I want
Yeah.
to see the TED Talk. Just tape yourself with your next update. I mean, I would love to see that. I think everybody
You
would
are
as well.
completely right.
Yeah.
There's something about that delivery of just somebody who just seems super professional that does it.
Yeah, it's like a PowerPoint.
I recently watched that one video that went viral years ago where this guy did the hot chick to crazy spectrum. Do you remember that video?
absolutely. Yep.
And the guy had like the board. He's like, all right, here's how you do it. Anyone above this line is probably super crazy, named Tiffany. Like, he does it so mad. It still holds up. I thought it was hilarious.
Well,
Could
you're
be-
on the verge of something great here.
Gary's face. Gary, am I okay?
No,
You don't think it's funny?
I do not.
Liar.
I do not.
You liar.
I thought it was funny. I
There's a
don't.
difference between thinking something is still funny and having laughed at it at the time.
Yeah,
I've grown.
Jen gave me some shit because I was gone to Monterey and I missed my friend's my friend's daughter's 3rd birthday party.
Oh, she wanted you there.
She wanted me there.
She
dude.
really wanted you there.
She'll never
You
forget
ruined
you.
this kid's birthday party.
I love this kid.
Jesus
I was bummed.
Christ.
Dawson,
I
you're,
missed.
you're misunderstanding. I'll do a little mini Gary talks for you. Jen wanted Chris there to see a
No,
3-year-old.
I love this kid. I did want to be there. Plus, all the parents are my friends growing up and everything, so it's cool.
Last year at that party, everyone got breast milk. It was
Right.
amazing.
That's right. I remember that.
It was Liddy like a titty.
Wow.
So
Respectable women.
Jen's like,
It was a breast milk joke.
Jen went after work and it's like, oh, I got her gift. I got her Barbie. And I went, oh, cool, got her Barbie, great. Which one? And she's like, oh, they just come with like as question marks now.
Question mark
What do you
Barbie?
mean question marks? Like, oh yeah, you don't know what Barbie you get until you open it. Like kind of
like
like
a
mystery
blind
bag,
box?
like mystery bag Barbie.
Wow.
And I go, oh, so what's the
Mystery bag
All mystery Barbies.
like a
You've taken the pants off of one of those, right?
What?
You've taken the pants off of one of those, right? They're all a mystery.
That's true. That's true. But because I thought, oh, they have different Barbies, and she's like, oh, I thought you got one with like a certain occupation or something. She's like, oh, what
Right.
kind of occupation? Like, like a stewardess or something.
Yeah.
And
Flight attendant. Flight attendant.
yeah, yeah. I said that, and it didn't go well. Yeah, I should have said flight attendant, and then I said, oh, or like a lawyer, and she's like, nice save. Like, all right, good. But yeah, I guess Barbies they just come in question marks now. I don't know.
Wow.
But the gift I got her last year was a magnet toy that was ages from 2 to 6. So
You're covered for the next 5
told
years,
Jen that. I'm
man.
like, what are you talking about? Our gift last year is ages 2 to 6. You should still be playing with that.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It was awesome. I love magnets.
I bought a puzzle that said 2 to 6 years, and I did it in like 30 minutes.
Zing!
Took you 30 minutes to do a 2 to 6 year puzzle.
Yeah, I was drunk.
Kalen coming in hot.
Dang.
Yay.
We got a few more comments here. I know we have Flickin'. I know we have Shay.
Well, here's the thing. We've done plenty of like picnic talk, donut talk. We've done lots of food talk, so we don't need to do the Shay. We should do a Flickin' because I want this AI model to develop.
All right, let's do 2 more comments and we'll do a Flickin' here. So Raul Carvajal says, why all the Ruka hate? I love Ruka. And he posted a picture of all of his Ruka shirts. Dude loves Ruka.
Nice.
And I mean,
That's our VCA.
RVCA.
Rivka.
And I had a similar picture where I had just about 20, for a while I wore 20 of the same shirt. It was a Jeremiah Weed shirt that we got for free here because they're an old sponsor of the Corolla Show. And they were like American Apparel 50/50 shirts. They were super soft.
Super comfortable.
And I wore them so much.
I think we all did. We each had like 4 Jeremiah Weed shirts, and we would just wear a different shirt each day, but it would be the same shirt.
But
That's
see,
correct.
I'm the only like small or medium here, so I get all of those ones, and I had 20 of them, and my drawers were filled with them, and to the point where I laid them all out, and I actually even took a picture of it, and I wore them every day. And when Jen first started dating me, she was with her friends, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm dating." I'm thinking, me and Chris Loxamon have been hanging out. And her response was, the Jeremiah Weed guy? And that was the last I wore that shirt.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be branded as that.
That's hilarious.
But it made sense. That's how she would refer to me. And lastly, Jeffrey Vivierge. Does that name ring a bell, Kaylin?
No.
Jeffrey Vivierge.
Vivierge, no. But I might know which one what post you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, he says, listening to yesterday's episode and got a little bummed when they talked about Kaylin because we were worried about you, Kaylin. You were in the emergency room, but you're all good now.
Yeah.
And he says, fun fact, my wife babysat Kaylin for a summer when he was a toddler.
Do not remember that.
Well, obviously she'd probably have a different name, right, than Vivierge because they wouldn't have had this.
He was also a toddler, not really into last names.
You weren't into last names?
I was still into last name.
You were into it?
I was still into it, yeah.
All right. You know, usually the love for last names comes around like 7, 8 years old.
No, bro.
Okay.
Kaylin got
You
into
were a
last
quick learner
names.
then.
He got in last
Right.
names early. He got in early. So
I get it.
Yes. Good job,
Smart.
man. All right, anyway, those are our comments. Thanks, everybody, for writing. You guys want to flick something? Let's give David Hunley some more material here. Here we go.
We all want to know one thing. One thing. Your opinion's what we need. We need. So Kaylin, get on that mic. That mic and flick the bean.
Oh, Kaylin, flick the bean.
Respect all women.
Now, I initially teased this flicking, I think about 3 weeks ago at this point. It was pushed a couple times, and then I was out being sick, and then we had our vacation. It is the movie Freaky.
Oh, yeah. I do want to see this.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen it yet.
From 3 weeks ago, I had my whole page of notes ready. My laptop isn't working, so I'm just gonna have to, go off the top of the head here from 3
Free
week
ball,
old.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Freaky is on HBO Max. The director, I don't know his name.
This is gonna be awesome. This is the segment we chose to do.
Kaylin, you could have said something.
Or just skip that part.
Oh,
It was
you just
working. earlier.
realized.
Hey, well, okay. Well, he is the guy that directed Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2.
Oh, he's good then. I liked Happy Death Day.
Happy Death. Yes, that was good. The second one wasn't good. He also wrote a lot of
One for two.
He also wrote a lot of the Paranormal Activity movies and Disturbia. with Shia LaBeouf.
I like Disturbia.
Disturbia, yeah. It stars Vince Vaughn. Who doesn't like Vince Vaughn? And the main girl in it, I don't know her name. She's
Great.
blonde. She was in like a couple other HBO shows.
Catherine Newton.
There you go.
And is directed by Christopher Landon.
There you go.
Chris, obviously a huge fan of
Yeah.
this film.
Yep.
Just recalling that from memory.
Yep.
It's about 100 minutes.
Okay.
Chris, can I get a fact check?
I got to set this time aside if it's 105.
It's about 100 minutes.
Okay.
That's a good length. That's a good
Yeah,
length.
it's really good length.
It had a Rotten Tomatoes score in the mid to high 80s.
Chris?
Critic, I believe, where audience
84.
where audience score was similar to that number.
Wow, that is a
Chris?
really good score.
What is it? I didn't hear it. Chris?
Oh, 84 critics and 80 audience.
There you go.
Okay.
There was also a very fun fact about how cheap it was to make this movie that I remember.
Oh, I'm wondering how much. How much was it?
It was under $10 million.
Wow. Chris, does that sound right to you?
$6 million.
Hey!
$6 million. What is Vince Vaughn doing this for peanuts?
That's what I was wondering.
He must
And
have.
That's been a favor.
Also, it made more than that. in the
15
box
point-
office.
15.9. Made more than
Some would say a lot more.
This movie is essentially like an R-rated Freaky Friday, where instead of the teen swapping the body with the mom, she swaps the body with a notorious mass murderer. It's actually very similar to the Fear Street movies I was doing. I told you all about how much I like those slasher movies, how fun they were.
The R.L. Stone classics.
Yes.
R.L. Stone, yeah.
Also, C.R. Lewis.
This movie is an even better version of those. So if you didn't even make it to those ones, you should definitely watch this one.
What should we? Because shouldn't we go in order of good to
Nah,
great? Because then
you can skip the Fear Street ones. Just go straight to Freaky.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's super entertaining. Vince Vaughn is absolutely hilarious in it.
Is he? He's being Vince Vaughn.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
like
it's
Wedding Crashers.
Full
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So this movie's very entertaining.
Do you even know how much you're gonna rate it?
I do. I do remember my rating, and that it is flickable at 8.8 out of 10. It's a very fun, violent movie.
Now, I've had the
Good time. It's a good
opportunity.
time.
I've had the opportunity to watch this movie a few times during the break, and
Watch it or read the Wikipedia?
to watch it because I
Oh.
really want to watch it. I like Happy Death Day. I've seen it on mute on an airplane, but I still saw it, and I thought it was very good, very easy to understand even on mute.
Uh-huh.
And then
The dialogue was the best part of that movie.
and then when Kalen told me he was doing Freaky, Matt said he saw it, and I said, Matt, do you think I can handle it? Because I don't like gore that much.
Yeah.
And Matt goes, you can totally handle it. Well, maybe not the first scene.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then Matt-
remembering.
And then Matt walked. And then Matt
the first scene.
Matt walked away, and I'm like, okay, well, it's just one scene. I can get through it. And every time I see Freaky on my screen, I'm like, that first scene. And I bail.
Wow.
And I bail.
You need it though, because the first scene is going to help establish what a crazy psycho the guy is.
Yeah, it's the Drew Barrymore on the phone at Scream, right?
I'm not going to give any spoilers away, buddy.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
I don't
just
know.
saying it's violent.
Yeah. All right.
I'll watch it.
I'll still watch it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very fun. I'll also say that I kind of went on like a horror kick over
Horror.
the break. Horror
Yeah.
kick.
I'm done helping.
I was
on a horror kick.
You're such a you're such a disaster yourself, Chris. Caitlin, the rest of them are on their
What
own.
did I do?
I'm
Caitlin
just,
is
I can
full of
only
good
cover
ideas.
you.
so I'll have plenty of recommendations
of horrors.
or not coming up soon.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited. Well, anyway, great job, Kaylin. I
you.
can't wait. There you go, David Hundley, with that spreadsheet. All right, that'll do it for today's episode. I mean, look, I want to hear more about what Gary did over break. I'm sure Matt's Chez Fond du Lac has something to do with what he did over break.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we'll get into that in this week's Patreon. What do you guys say?
That sounds perfect.
Yes,
Let's do it.
All right. Well, anyway, that'll do for Watercooler. Why don't we get our plugs in GTFO? And I'll start with Kaylin. Do you at least remember your plug?
Yeah, our Patreon would probably be my first plug, but also the app Shudder, which is like a horror movie and TV show app. Everything on there is like horror and
Shudder?
horror. Shudder, yeah. You do have to pay for it, but you can log on for like a 7-day free trial. So, yeah, I may be recommending some movies coming up here in the future where you just do the trial and then, exit out beforehand if you don't want to pay for it.
If you guys sign up for a free trial and they still make you have to give your credit card, is that a complete turnoff for you?
Yeah. Just kind of depends on what it is.
Yeah.
But mostly yes.
Yeah.
Because you're going to forget and they're going to charge you for
That's
a whole
how
year.
they get you, right?
Yep.
Isn't that pretty much everything at this point?
Yeah.
Are there free trials that don't?
There are some, but Chris is living in a fantasy world. There
used to be. There used to be.
They got wise. They learn.
Yeah.
They learn.
Yeah. But if you like horror movies, then you should get this app.
Yeah, the free trial market's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just want to let everybody know we just opened a free trial for our Patreon. So that's free.
I was like, we did?
No, we
just
didn't.
kidding. All right, Gary, what do you got?
I would agree with Kaylin. Our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler is a great place to go. And then also we just released today or yesterday, depending on when this airs, a new Beyond a Reasonable Doubt that has one of the people running in the California governor's recall race. So check that out. He was very interesting.
Gubernatorial.
It's a young whippersnapper, age of 29.
Kevin Kiley.
YouTuber.
No.
Democrat.
No. Kevin
McAllister.
McAllister I'd vote for, but he would be older than 29 at this point.
You want to know how good this guy's YouTube game is? I looked at the Zoom when Adam and Gargus and him were talking, and his camera looked good.
Well, he's
he's doing audio, video.
He's a YouTuber.
He's
a YouTuber. He's made a lot of money doing. So he's got a high end setup. I actually watched him at a certain point reach over and mute himself when he wanted to cough. Like he's been in this game for a minute.
Do you remember that guy who ran for president? That was like
not like that.
Do you remember a guy that guy ran for president and he was like a big Bitcoin dude with long hair?
Yeah, he was actually in. Yeah, that guy, wasn't he in Salt Lake City, the same trip where I blinded myself?
Yeah, and Garrigus met up with him, and we saw his like bus broken down or something. But
yeah,
so I looked into that guy. He is, I believe, he is the kid from First Kid.
Get out.
No, he's not.
And
really?
And he's in the Mighty Ducks. I'm like almost positive.
Just rattling off my favorite thing.
We should look into that. I'm almost positive.
I'm gonna go home and watch First Kid. Jesus. Now what do you got?
You know what? You should.
Sinbad jumped off of the second story of a mall.
You know the guy who wrote that movie, Dawson. You should be more deferential.
Yeah,
I have an official bomber jacket from that movie. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Big part of my
straight from the set.
You are not going to like movie night this month.
We are not doing First Kid, but we're doing First Kid adjacent.
Oh, enough said.
If it's got Sinbad in it,
I won't be giving any more spoilers.
Yeah, what about you?
My side gig is working on a true crime show called Sword and Scale. If you want to scare the shit out of yourself or you want to scare a loved one, you should tell them about Sword and Scale. It's a great true crime show. And then listen to the after show, Sword and Scale Rewind, which is a comic after show about these horrifying cases. I co-host it with a hilarious comedian named Ian Bagg.
Yep.
And please check it out, Sword and Scale Rewind, or just Sword and Scale in general.
Yeah. Two super funny dudes talking about murder.
And our Patreon.
Oh, yeah, our Patreon, too.
And our Patreon.
Excuse me, I had to clear my throat there.
Yeah.
Hit a high note there.
Weird.
It's puberty.
Yeah. No, Matt and Ian are great together. I love the cartoons that you guys are doing. Follow them on social to see all that at Matt Fondelier.
Yeah, thank you.
And, yeah, I mean, he's killing it. Proud of you, dude.
Thank you.
Would you say that, or you just highly recommend they listen to Sword and Scale first to get the story?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's a lot to ask somebody to listen to two shows for every one show. So if you want to support me, you can just listen to the Rewind show. But if you find yourself interested in the subject matter, I think it is fun to listen to the actual cases because we talk about kind of the specific stuff that happened.
And even if you don't have time to listen to it all right now, just subscribe to it because it helps.
Yeah,
anyway.
There you go. Sword and Scale Rewind.
Doss, what's up with you?
I'm going to be in DeKalb, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
On August 29th, Sunday, doing a little whiskey tasting party bus. I'll be playing a couple of acoustic sets and then drinking on a bus and then playing more acoustic sets. And it'll be fun. I think on the Twitter at the Smokin' Kills, you'll find it there, or on my Twitter at Los Angeles. But there's only like 2 seats left. 16-person bus. I think it's going to be a good time. Yeah. Thanks to all the Bobos who are going to be out there. And if any of you want to get on board and you're in the area, the information is up on the Twitter and the Facebook and the Los Angeles and the stuff.
Yeah. So, all right, get your seat. Tickets are going quick. And if anybody would be so kind to start a bark chant on this bus while Dawson is in it, I would greatly appreciate it.
A lot of people are going to have to buy me beer.
Yeah, let's get Dawson waste. That way. That's the way to do it. All right. And as for me, it's just good to be back. Thanks, everybody, for listening to the show, supporting, and just taking the time to hear us flap our gums about nonsense. We really appreciate it, and we will be back later this week for our Patreon show. We'll see you there. We love you. Goodbye.